From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Thursday morning. Got some big weather stories in front of us, but the biggest one, of course, being the river flooding that we're going to continue to track through early on Monday morning. So obviously that's why we have First Alert Weather days ahead of us. Still seeing some rainfall in the Cascades this morning. It looks like it's mostly light rainfall, but rain nonetheless. And now let's take you on a tour of all the rivers. Okay, the Yakima River at Easton, we're expecting this one to go into the minor flood stage. So go until 10 p.m. on Thursday. Flooding of yards and low-lying areas in the Elk Meadows subdivision. Then, here's a road closure pretty close to that area, Washington 906, Yellowstone Trail to Hayek Drive East, as there is water over the roadway. Now we move it down a little bit further. The Yakima River at Horlick, the max flood stage here would be moderate. This will go until 4 p.m. today. There will be flooding of areas in and around South Cle Elum, including pasture land in the vicinity of the river. The levees around Cle Elum may develop seepage and water may outflank the South Cle Elum levee. All right, then a couple more road closures in this area. Washington 10 closed both directions. Milepost 87 to 99 near Tinaway. This is due to flooding. And then on up pretty close to Blewett Pass, milepost 150 to 177 of U.S. Highway 97. This is also due to flooding. Okay, the Yakima River at Umtana. We're expecting this one to go to minor flood stage. This will go until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. There will be flooding in pastures along the river. And then for the Natchez River near Natchez, the max flood stage has already been moderate. This will go until 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Moderate flooding is possible and has already happened from Cliffdale downstream to Yakima. There's a level 2B set evacuation still in place for areas within 200 feet on either side of the Natchez, starting at the Little Natchez River and extending east to South Natchez Road. And there is a big road closure here, U.S. Highway 12, milepost 190, also due to the flooding in Natchez. And remember, turn around, don't drown. I need that to live rent-free in your head. Okay, the Yakima River near Parker, moderate flooding already ongoing, and this is going to continue until late tomorrow night. There will be flooding of farmland and county roads. Some homes and farm buildings will be flooded, and there will be significant riverbank and topsoil erosion. Level 2B set evacuations in place here for the corridor from Sundown M Ranch to the Gap of Sela, including all land and properties within a 60-foot radius of the Yakima River. And finally, the Yakima River near Kiona. We're expecting this one to go up to the moderate flood stage, so listen up. If you're listening to us in Kiona, Benton City, Prosser, West Richland, there will be moderate flooding of farmland, roads, and some residential areas, especially in the West Richland area. So again, that would start within the next handful of hours or so. So we'll be watching this very closely, also tracking those wind gusts for today. So all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking about that historic flooding across Washington. It's now prompted the governor to take action. A statewide emergency has been declared, National Guard has been activated, and federal assistance is on the way.
And all this as strong winds create problems on the roads and in neighborhoods. We have more on the impact felt by homeowners and also what you need to prepare for in the coming days.
And a break in a deadly Kennewick case as police track down a teen suspect. Authorities say, though, they found much more than what they expected during the raid. We'll let you know who has been arrested and what else they found. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Jade Elliott. It is Thursday, December 11th. And what a wild weather week it has been.
High winds, flooding, and we're actually going to start off talking about that. It's developing news as people across Washington state are on edge, and that's that historic flooding that continues to sweep through communities.
Yeah, from the west side to the east side, the impacts just keep growing. Take a look at your screen. This video shot by our very own Jim Kuntz. It shows the Yakima River here running extremely high. This includes the area where the Granger Amphitheater is and areas near Wapato and the exit off of Interstate 82.
Officials say we're not out of the woods just yet, as more flooding could be on the way. And Governor Bob Ferguson declared a statewide emergency response to the major flooding. He said he's also requesting an expedited emergency declaration from the federal government, calling the next few days critical to safety.
So by declaring this state of emergency, not only can the state now seek federal funds for recovery, but other federal resources can also be accessed to help with the safety and protection measures. Governor Ferguson also activated the National Guard to help communities directly impacted by the floodwaters.
And not only are we dealing with flooding concerns, the high winds are causing a big mess, especially for one homeowner in Kennewick.
Yeah, take a look at this. It happened at a home near downtown Kennewick. Faith Matthews and Shauna Morgan sent us these photos and videos. You can see just those massive trees downed in those yards. Bulldozers actually were brought in to try to remove the trees from the property, get them out of the way off the streets to make everything passable, but it created quite a mess, and this is not the only neighborhood that is dealing with something like this right now.
Absolutely, and luckily nobody was hurt in this, and the house was not damaged, but the wind is definitely leaving some homeowners throughout the region with a lot of messes to clean up.
Yeah, and I think as people are waking up this morning, they'll be seeing a lot more of this as well. I know I saw some just on my way into work this morning.
Oh, goodness.
I know. All right, switching over now to a crime alert this morning following an arrest made in the killing of a teen that happened at a Kennewick apartment last week. Kennewick police telling us they arrested a 15-year-old West Richland boy found in Union Gap. The arrest was made Tuesday night. Authorities, with the help of the FBI, tracked that teen down to a home in Union Gap, and they say while they were there, they found guns and other evidence linking that teen to the crime. But that wasn't the only arrest that was made at that Union Gap home.
That's right. During that same operation, another wanted man by Kennewick police was found. 20-year-old Andres Medina Garcia, who's accused of participating in the attempted theft of an ATM at Hubby's Pizza in Kennewick. So this was around 4:30 in the morning. Police say they found a hole in the side of the restaurant, also a stolen Kia and a damaged ATM in the parking lot. They say the thieves couldn't get the ATM open or in the car, so they left all that damage behind. Kennewick police say Medina Garcia is also connected to a break-in at Summers Hub. And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, our coverage on the massive floods impacting Washington continues. Officials in the Tri-Cities are warning residents to start preparing. And coming up, the 24-hour warning sign they're watching closely and what neighbors need to know as of this morning.
And giving you that live look outside this morning from our Dust Levels camera in Pasco. Checking back in after the break with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert and a look at your first alert forecast as we're talking winds and rising floodwaters.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
In an instant, your world can shatter. At Quantum Legal, we understand injuries can be an immense burden, taking a toll on your body and leaving you drowning in medical expenses. Battling insurance companies without legal representation will make matters worse. We are committed to advocating for your deserved compensation. Quantum Legal, where compassion meets justice.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house, every day, by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients. And sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday was certainly pretty windy, and this morning still pretty windy out there. Gusts up around 40 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities, 35 miles per hour for Sunnyside, 30 miles per hour in Ellensburg. But we are expecting after 8 a.m. the gusts should mainly be between the confines of 25 to 35 miles per hour for this Thursday. The strongest gusts up around 35 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities and for Hermiston. But be sure, again, if you have Christmas decorations or outdoor patio furniture, just a good idea to keep all those things tied down for today as well. The wind's really helping us out when it comes to temperatures this morning. It feels fantastic. It feels like a March or an April morning out there. 61 degrees for the Tri-Cities, 64 degrees in Yakima, 55 degrees in Pendleton. Let's take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's highs. And this is going to be one of those weird days where, for some of us, the high temperature might be during the morning. 40s and 50s up and down Kittitas County, then in the Yakima Valley, upper 50s to low to mid 60s. Pretty much for all of us will be about 20-ish degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. Low to mid 60s for the lower Columbia Basin, and low 60s up and down the foothills, 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. And high temperatures, yes, they'll trend a little bit cooler as we head into the next 7 days, but we'll continue to keep it well above average for this time of the year. Look at this, the coolest day in the Tri-Cities over the next 7 days, 52 for Wednesday. That's still about 10 degrees warmer than normal. Okay, but obviously this is the very big weather story that we'll talk about at length coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 12 minutes after 6. We're continuing our coverage now on those destructive floods happening across the region. All of this as Benton County officials are closely monitoring rising water levels on the Yakima River as flooding threatens several low-lying areas.
Emergency managers say heavy rainfall upstream is filling the Yakima River, which is pushing more water towards Richland, West Richland, and Benton City. Officials are using historical data, mostly from the flood back in 2009, to try and predict what areas could see impacts. This as the river is approaching similar crest levels.
So the county also tracks an upstream gauge at Parker, which gives them roughly a 24-hour heads up before that water reaches the Tri-Cities. Officials are urging residents in the floodplain to avoid the riverbanks, prepare livestock, move valuables to higher ground, and sign up for alert codes through the Code Red notification system.
We had a meeting this morning with all of the potentially affected parties so that, again, that we're all on that same page. We'll utilize our Emergency Operations Center, which is the room that you're in now, to coordinate that event so that it makes it easier for everyone to have that same picture of what's happening.
So for the latest flood updates and resources, you can always head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. We'll keep you up to date as the situation continues to develop.
And with flooding possible in the Tri-Cities, some community members are stepping in to help. One of them, a local celebrity that you may recognize from The Golden Bachelor. We're talking about Faith Martin.
Yeah, she lives in Benton City, and now this morning she's making sure both her horses and her neighbors' horses are ready.
Got kind of wild here last night.
Faith Martin is used to life in the spotlight, but this week the focus is on her community. With heavy rain and possible flooding forecast for Benton City and the Tri-Cities, she has turned her attention to the animals that could be in harm's way.
My suggestion is, if you think you're going to be in the floodplain and could have potential flooding, to contact somebody if you don't have a horse trailer. There's lots of horse people happy to help. There's never been a horse I couldn't get in a horse trailer in a very calm manner.
In a Facebook post Wednesday, Martin shared that her truck and trailer are hooked up and ready, offering to help anyone who may need to evacuate their horses.
That's the important thing, too, is to remain calm, even if it seems like the world is coming apart, because your horses definitely sense the energy of urgency, and that's a little more scary for them.
Meanwhile, on the other side of Benton City, Benton County Fire District 2 is making sure residents are prepared as well.
We don't know how many people are going to need the sand or sandbags. So, if you're on the edge, make sure that you get things done soon. Don't get caught by the floodwaters.
This self-serve sandbag station is now open at Station 210 on Dale Avenue. The sand and bags were provided by Benton County Emergency Services, with the fire department offering up the space.
I was here for the 96 flood, and I believe it was in 2009 we rose to a similar level that we could get towards this flood.
From sandbags to horse trailers, this weekend's preps are all about community and making sure everyone, including four-legged family members, stay safe.
It's funny, I had just mentioned that I'm willing to help, that I have a horse trailer and will help evacuate, and people were acting like that was such a big thing, but I don't know a horse person alive that wouldn't.
Well, the sandbag site, as you heard there from Austin, that station is open at Station 210, and things will be available there as long as there is a flooding threat.
And Benton County officials say anybody needing assistance evacuating animals can also call a special hotline that they've just set up.
Yeah, that number right there on your screen, 509-574-1926. Teams say they are on standby as conditions, of course, can change quickly.
And we'll, of course, keep you updated. And keep it here, because coming up next, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking. Ignore that. He'll be back in just a few minutes right after the break. All coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast.
At State Fair Park, the lights will glow. A shimmering, glittering holiday show. The 6th annual Drive-Through Light Fest, a joyous sight. Presented by Giza Credit Union, all merry and bright.
From December 12th through the 21st, load up the sleigh with family and friends from 5 to 9 p.m. each night to see Santa, Cindy Lou, the Grinch, and more. Enjoy miles of lights and themed displays with hot cocoa and treats available for purchase. Tickets are available for purchase at the gate or online at statefairpark.org.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Hey. Looks like I've decided to do nothing again. It's worked so far, except I still don't have a car.
Now's the time. The final countdown is almost over. Do nothing and you get nothing. Or come in, take advantage of incredible year-end deals, and drive into the new year in a vehicle you'll love. Find your deal today during McCurley's Final Countdown and the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event at McCurley Subaru.
McCurley, here I come.
Happy holidays from all of us at Apple Valley News Now.
Next live from Merv, Zoe Deschanel, and
now we're going to do sports.
From the Rich Eisen Show on Disney Plus, Rich Eisen.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Kraken, Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Many First Alert weather days to go as we are still dealing with river flooding. Here's a current look at the Yakima River at Kiona. So this would have the biggest impacts on Benton County already at that action stage. Look, it's going to go up into the minor and eventually the moderate stage, getting very close to major flood stage. So looks like the crest is going to be 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Overall, the flooding time frame, it looks like the waters are going to start to recede over the next couple days in Kittitas and Yakima counties, but this time frame in Benton County, 10 a.m. this morning to 4 a.m. Monday morning. So within the next couple hours, we could start to see those flooding impacts in Kiona, Benton City, and Prosser, and in West Richland. So we'll watch that very, very closely. Here's what we're expecting over the next 48 hours with Futurecast radar. Slightly better chances of rainfall today in lower elevations as opposed to yesterday, but still the Cascades going to capture the bulk of this. And we'll continue to see that all throughout the day. Now for tomorrow, it looks like overall it's going to be a much drier day across the map, and even could be a decent day for lower elevations into the afternoon with a decent amount of sunshine, but still tracking a few rain showers up in the Cascades. And of course, you can track precip chances for your exact home address hour by hour by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, here are some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours. Around another inch of rainfall for the Cascades. Not very much to the east of there at all. But then we'll start to trend wetter again for next week. That is due to a storm system that's way off in the Pacific right now. You can see this is Honolulu, and Seattle is way over here. So this eventually will be over here. That'll impact us into next week. Now this next storm system, it's looking like another wet one, 5 to 6 inches of liquid water in the Cascades. But I think the saving grace when it comes to the river flooding potential is we're going to have a lot more snow in the mountains this time. But there is a downside to that. Past travel will be impacted as we could pick up maybe a foot of snow for a Cascade passes. And we need the snowpack, so it's actually net positive. This is a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We could see river flooding as soon as this morning along the Yakima and Kiona, Benton City, Prosser, and West Richland. In Yakima, still seeing those level 2B set evacuations for Sela and Natchez. In Ellensburg, floodwater should start to go down over the next couple days, maybe tracking a rain-snow mix for next week. Then for Hermiston, a drier stretch through Sunday, then the action picks back up Monday. And finally for Walla Walla, 50-50 chance of rain today, dry for Friday through Sunday, then wet again by next week.
Thanks, Josh. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, a rock legend taking his fight to Capitol Hill, calling for major changes on how artists get paid. The push behind a new music copyright law. All coming up in your entertainment headlines after the break.
I've got 2 words for you. Jack Pack. All my faves for just $6 with your choice between 2 delicious sandwiches. My work here is done. Get my $6 Jack Pack or my munchies under $4.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Merry Christmas to you and yours from Daikin, everyone at Bruce Heating and Air. We're proud to be in your community. We wish you a safe holiday and all the best in the new year.
Christmas is coming to Pasco. Join us Saturday, December 13th as Peanuts Park transforms into a winter wonderland for Winterfest from 3 to 6 p.m. Enjoy holiday music, crafts, kids' games, tasty treats, and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. Before 5, we'll draw the Scavenger Hunt Grand Prize winner. Then gather as we light Pasco's Heritage Christmas tree to kick off the season. Winterfest, December 13th at Peanuts Park, presented by the City of Pasco.
Merry Christmas.
From Griggs and Ace. Our family has been a part of this community since 1939.
Working and living in this area for over 86 years.
We've had the pleasure of serving and working with thousands of you over the years.
And most of all, we have been fortunate to serve you. So thank you. Thank you to our employees, past and present.
Thank you for choosing to shop with us for 86 years. We want to wish you all a blessed holiday season. And from the Grigg family, Merry Christmas.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
You know you want a burger, so make it my Smash Jack. Rated the best burger in fast food. It's even got more beef than a Big Mac. Chin up, Ronald. Maybe you'll get a participation trophy. My Smash Jack combos are still on top.
Welcome to Doc in the Box.
A festive flight on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we're going from the Hollywood Hills to Capitol Hill as a proposed music copyright law is going before a Senate committee this week.
So the legislation would require U.S. radio stations to pay artists when their songs are played on AM and FM airwaves.
KISS co-founder and frontman Gene Simmons is an advocate for the American Music Fairness Act.
This bill updated copyright protection for the digital era. The world is changing. We've got to stay ahead of the curve, and legislators need to be informed on all of these things because, let's face it, you do the work of the people. We elect you, and we hope and we expect you to do the will of the people. I'm grateful to President Trump for his leadership on issues important to our artists, past, present, and future. I'm here to kindly ask all of you, both Republicans and Democrats, to help us remedy a situation, an injustice, let's call it for what it is, an injustice that's been ongoing for many, many decades.
So current U.S. law doesn't call for artists to get royalties from traditional radio broadcasts. Now, Simmons argues that this legislation would correct what he calls, as you heard from him right there, decades of injustice in the industry.
And turning to more Hollywood headlines, an update on the 2026 Met Gala. It's going to be a star-studded night led by elite women.
Yeah, Vogue is saying that next year's Met Gala co-chairs will be Beyonce, Nicole Kidman, and Venus Williams, of course, alongside Anna Wintour. Last month, organizers announced the theme of the museum's exhibit, which will be costume art.
The Costume Institute exhibition will pair almost 200 artworks with around 200 garments and accessories. It's all in an effort to join the worlds of fashion and fine art. The gala will take place on May the 4th in New York City.
Still waiting on my invite, you know.
I think they just got sent out.
Okay, did you get yours?
You know, I haven't checked the mail in a couple days, so I'm...
And then the delays with Christmas and all that,
USPS
you know.
for the
Exactly.
little bit.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's in there.
Yeah, like my Harry Potter Hogwarts
It's May
letter.
4th, so I mean, save the date, right?
Exactly.
It's already on my calendar. Yeah. All right, so much ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Major roadway overhaul taking shape in West Richland. New roundabouts, new sidewalks, massive retaining wall. It's all coming up. We're going to talk about the next phases of the West Richland growth plan.
It's time to celebrate the season of giving with friends and family pricing at Walker's Furniture. Save big store-wide, plus get 5 years special financing with no money down.
Merry Christmas!
Christmas is fast approaching, and Honey Baked Ham has exactly what your family gathering needs. Pick up one of our famous fully cooked spiral hams dripping with our delicious glaze. And don't worry, we also have whole turkeys and whole turkey breasts. Don't forget, Honey Baked Ham makes a perfect holiday gift. Complete your feast with our incredible sides and delicious desserts. So many choices! Honey Baked Ham on Columbia Center Boulevard, or call us at 509-579-5855. Put Honey Baked Ham on your table this year.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick one up in store today. Idaho and instant potatoes are 5 for $5. Seattle's best ground coffee is just $5.99. Bi-Mart's Ultra Strength dishwashing liquid is $6.99. Plus save in the bonus zone. Sterilite 64-quart latching boxes are just $6.99. Duraflame 6-count fire logs are $14.99. Save more now on everyday essentials, Christmas treats, and gifts through December 15th, only at Bi-Mart.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to Neurostim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
We're forging the future of the city of Pasco, and we need your voice. The city is updating our comprehensive plan, which covers everything from housing and transportation to utilities and parks. This document showcases the vision of what we want Pasco to be in 2046 and beyond. Tell us about the type of businesses you'd like to see, the types of parks you'd like to visit, and the type of neighborhood you want to live in. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit pasco-wa.gov/comp plan and become part of the future.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
This is your home for Kraken hockey. Every goal.
He scores!
Every save.
What a stop!
Every game.
That's hockey, baby!
Watch us defend the D.
Kraken Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV.
It's time to celebrate the season of giving with friends and family pricing at Walker's Furniture. Save big store-wide. Plus, get 5 years special financing with no money down.
Merry Christmas!
Kraken Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Thursday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
Two hands on the wheel kind of weather.
Yes, there's a lot going on out there right now, and not just here, but the west side's getting a hit. There's been some serious flooding over there. I'm just reading of a mudslide that has fully closed State Route 18, which is a big deal for people commuting and driving over there, and we're getting hit hard here.
Yeah, definitely not to downplay what we've gone through in Yakima County and Kittitas County, but yeah, several rivers on the west side that have reached like historic crests, right? So we haven't seen that, but we're keeping a close eye on things on this side of the Cascade. So let's go ahead and talk about the big weather stories. Moderate river flooding continuing through early on Monday morning. And so, of course, yeah, you know, we got the winds going on. We maybe have snow up in the Cascades for next week. But for now, we were just going to hone in on this flood potential. So still dealing with some rainfall this morning in the Cascades. It looks to be mostly light, but it is starting to pick up maybe some more moderate splotches of rain embedded within that. Here's a current look at the lay of the land of the river flooding forecast. And see, in Kittitas and Yakima counties, looks like the flood water is going to start to recede within the next couple of days. But on down the road in Benton County, looks like the crest in the flood time frame is going to be a little bit later, 10 a.m. this morning to 4 a.m. Monday morning. So within the next couple hours, we could start to see the Yakima River spilling over its banks in Kiona. Still level 2B set evacuations in Natchez, areas within 200 feet on either side of the Natchez, starting at the Little Natchez and extending east to South Natchez Road. Then the level 2B set evacuations for the Yakima River corridor from Sundown M Ranch to the Gap of Sela, including all land and properties within a 60-foot radius of the river. And of course, if you want to sign up for emergency alerts for our Washington counties, go to mil.wa.gov/alerts, #local, find your county, and sign up. Also, we have winds to talk about. We'll talk about them coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Josh. We'll, of course, talk more about the weather coming up, but we want to start this half hour of news in the growing city of West Richland, where a significant partnership has taken shape between the city and the Washington State Department of Transportation. So together, they're driving forward a long-anticipated road improvement project. It promises to transform key intersections and enhance safety and access for everyone.
That's right. And this morning, Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia is bringing us the story of how a vision from nearly 5 years ago is finally rolling out.
Matt DeGroat, the project engineer spearheading the capital improvements for West Richland, shares that the construction kicked off this July. The first milestone, revitalizing the intersection at East Rupert Road and Belmont Boulevard, just opened this Monday, marking a major step forward. Now, their sights are set on the next phase.
Throughout winter, they're going to have Van Giesen SR 224 closed between Keene Road and the new Rupert Belmont roundabout. And they'll be continuing to do work and building a roundabout at Paradise through this winter. And then also they're working through this winter at the CID Canal along Van Giesen, and they're building a large retaining wall, which will allow for us to widen Van Giesen next to the canal.
DeGroat explains that the rapidly growing community is the driving force behind the project, aiming to improve safety and accessibility on these vital roadways.
West Richland is growing like crazy. There's tons of housing developments that are coming in. We've got a lot of new commercial development coming in. And so really just this corridor has been needing some improvements and aiding in that mobility development, just also safety improvements of the roundabouts at these intersections.
The benefits extend beyond just motorists. Pedestrians and cyclists are also front and center in the plans.
So from Antinori Road to the racetrack, we'll have a 12-foot wide asphalt pathway, multi-use for runners, bikers, pedestrians, kind of whatever other types of uses. That pathway will actually extend all the way to 62nd Avenue in town. And then after that, we'll turn to 10-foot sidewalks through kind of the more downtown portion of West Richland.
Because these roads are state highways rather than city streets, the Washington State Department of Transportation played a pivotal role in design decisions, especially the installation of 5 new roundabouts.
DOT definitely favors roundabouts, primarily for their safety benefits. And there are a lot of different things that contribute to that, just with slowing traffic down in a roundabout, separating decisions of pedestrians and vehicles.
Looking ahead, the next phase is expected to wrap up by June 2026, with the entire project set for completion by spring 2027. Reporting from West Richland, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
And DeGroat notes that the phased approach is intentional.
So it's to avoid multiple road closures at once and to manage with limited work crews, which is why the project will progress at a steady, measured pace.
And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking sports as Richland starts their basketball season with a statement. Straight ahead, we'll break down why this team is already looking like a contender and where exactly they're headed next.
Happy holidays from Apple Valley News Now.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
Did you know Fred's Appliance has been family-owned locally since 1962? Come check out what's in stock and on sale. Score big on all GE appliances from your favorite brands like GE Cafe and GE Profile. Fred's is offering exclusive deals on all GE fridges, ranges, dishwashers, and so much more. We still have the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region, making us your smartest and most convenient choice.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast, tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yolk's Fresh Markets.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
You're invited to our Christmas light show.
Looking for a used vehicle? Trust the dealer with over 60 years in the Tri-Cities, Overturf Volkswagen. Find a large expanded inventory, fully serviced and thoroughly reconditioned vehicles, on-the-spot financing, top dollar for your trade. Overturf Volkswagen, Kennewick.
She saw a link.
Through, I think it was Apple Valley News.
And in less than a year, her family had their first home. Thanks to Letitia Young for using a link at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
It's an amazing feeling.
Apple Valley News Now, always on your side. These are Apple Valley News Now cruisers, and they go where news happens. Because Apple Valley News Now is everywhere you need us to be.
Reporting in Pendleton,
Hermiston, Yakima.
One television station leads the way with local news you trust.
We're Apple Valley News Now, and we're on your side.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, it is a little bit windy out there for this morning. We're seeing gusts up around 40 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities, 35 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. But as that previous graphic just suggested, for today, mainly after 8 a.m., the gusts are mainly going to be confined between 25 to 35 miles per hour. So the strongest gust going to be 35 miles per hour for the Tri-Cities and Hermiston, but breezy across the map. So if you have loose outdoor patio furniture or Christmas decorations, be sure that they're still tied down, or even better, brought inside. Okay, the winds doing us a big favor this morning when it comes to our temperatures in the 50s and 60s for lower elevation, 64 degrees in Yakima on a December morning, and it's 6:40 a.m. That is not too normal. All right, and this is going to be one of those days where maybe our high temperatures are going to be in the morning as opposed to the afternoon, as the warm front, the winds can always kind of do that. So 40s and 50s today in the Kittitas Valley. In the Yakima Valley, we're thinking 50s and 60s for the lower Columbia Basin. Also 50s and 60s, low 60s up and down the foothills, and then 50s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. And our weather is going to continue to stay abnormally warm over the next 7 days. Now trending a little bit cooler in the next week. So we'll be back into the upper 40s in Yakima as soon as next Wednesday. But even that is still 7 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. It kind of puts into perspective how truly warm we are for today. Okay, the big weather story is this, and I'll talk more about the flooding coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 6:41. Talking some sports this morning as Richland and Kamiakin boys basketball teams played in a highly anticipated matchup between two of the best teams in the Tri-Cities.
Richland has won the Mid-Columbia Conference 4 years in a row, and they quickly demonstrated why. So the Bombers defeated the Braves on the road 74-46.
And it was just the first game of the year for Richland, and their coach gave his thoughts on the team's opening performance.
Well, we knew we had a pretty good club. We've had 17 or 18 practices, and we kind of pushed back our preseason, so it's our first game of the night of the year, and found out we got to fix some things, and found some things that we really liked, and happy where we're at.
Richland will be traveling to Utah this weekend, playing 3 of the top schools from the state in an effort to put their team to the test. Good luck to them.
Go Bombers!
And keep it here, because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all on the other side of the break.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys.
Because when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly.
Go long.
Bundle and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Hi, this is Sabrina.
Hi, this is Chad.
This is Michelle. I'm calling from Hapo Community Credit Union here in Richland.
Your friend Heather nominated you to be part of our December to Remember program.
That's really awesome. Wow. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I wanted to let you know that we did pick Mom as one of our families for December to Remember.
Thank you guys so much. That's so awesome. That's such a blessing.
So what this means for you and your family is that we have a team of HAPO employees that have been diligently fundraising to provide gifts to you and your family this holiday season.
It means a lot. I work really hard, and it's just me and my daughter. Her birthday is 4 days before Christmas, so it's always a stressful time of the year. I've been battling stage 3 cancer for the last year and a half now, so.
We're looking forward to being a part of your Christmas story this year.
Well, thank you.
Have a great day, and I hope Mom has a good surgery, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
We meet again, Mr. Kringle.
Seriously?
Go on, say it.
I just want to apologize, for kidnapping you last year.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, it's overdue. In fact, I'm surprised you brought me anything this year.
Well, that's what I do.
Naughty, naughty. I suppose I deserve that.
You think?
Hey, can I?
No, you can't keep the little guy.
There's no place like home for the holidays.
And there's no better time to save on furniture and mattresses than right now during Walker's Friends and Family Sale.
Get the furniture you like at the prices you'll love, with some clearance items up to 70% off.
Plus, take advantage of 5-year special financing with no money down.
And remember, Walker's is where
quality just costs less.
More family to yours. Merry Christmas!
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we're as committed to protecting your dreams as you are to taking care of them.
Looking good.
Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Of course, we have many First Alert weather days to go, as we have many days of river flooding to go. So here's the latest check on the Yakima River at Kiona. It's already in that action stage, and it's going to rise up into the minor, moderate, and perhaps even into the major flood stage over the next handful of days. Looks like the crest is going to be on Friday night at 10 p.m. So, and then after that, still dealing with some floodwaters, and it looks like the floodwaters are going to start to recede in Kittitas and Yakima counties over the next couple of days. But given that Benton County and the Yakima River at Kiona is further downstream, that crest and that flooding time frame is going to be later. So 10 a.m. this morning to 4 a.m. Monday morning. So over the next couple of hours, Kiona, Benton City, West Richland, Prosser, pay very close attention, and hopefully you signed up for those emergency alerts we talked about just about 15 minutes ago. Okay, let's time out Futurecast radar over the next 48 hours, and it's going to be still more rain for the Cascades, slightly more rain for lower elevations for today as opposed to yesterday, but the Cascades are going to catch the bulk of this. And then for tomorrow, overall, a much drier day, even for the mountains, just a few leftover showers, and we'll actually get a bit of a break. It's actually going to turn into a nice day into the afternoon with a good amount of sunshine for lower elevations, but then we have more active weather to go for next week. Of course, you can see those hour-by-hour precip chances for yourself by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Okay, here are the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next 48 hours, maybe another inch of rain in the Cascades, but that's just a drop in the bucket compared to what we've already seen for this week. And again, for next week, we start to ramp things back up. This storm system lined up all the way in the Pacific right around Hawaii, and that's going to be our problem into next week. It's going to be a colder storm system, so we're expecting more snow, but look at the liquid water, 5 to 6 inches more in the Cascades. So you might be asking yourself, well, does that mean more river flooding? Probably not, because we'll have more snow. So that's going to curb the flooding impacts, but our passes, specifically our Cascade passes, could see some big time impacts from this. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But that's a net positive as we need the snowpack. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We could see river flooding as soon as this morning along the Yakima, Kiona, Benton City, Prosser, and West Richland. In Yakima, still seeing those level 2 beset evacuations for Selah and Natchez. Then in Ellensburg, floodwaters should start to go down over the next couple of days, maybe tracking a rain-snow mix for next week. In Hermiston, a drier stretch through Sunday, then the action picks back up Monday. And finally for Walla Walla, 50-50 chance of rain today, dry Friday through Sunday, then wet again by next week. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, Miracle Baby.
Susie Lopez went in for surgery at Cedars-Sinai to remove a more than 20-pound ovarian cyst, but came out holding the very child she never knew she was carrying.
When I saw him, I was like, wow, I can't believe he was inside of me growing, and I had no idea.
Discovered inside her abdomen, but outside her womb. And this morning, those relieved parents are telling their story first to GMA.
Hi, Ryu. I didn't feel him kicking because of that large cyst. So I didn't have any reason really to check for a pregnancy or anything. So I'm just totally shocked.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on this miracle birth and hear from their doctor. With your GMA First Look, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Living with your albuterol asthma rescue inhaler? It's a bit of a dinosaur because albuterol only treats symptoms, not inflammation. Asthma experts support rescue that treats both symptoms and inflammation. It's time to replace your rescue with Air Supra. Air Supra is the first and only dual-action asthma rescue inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help prevent asthma attacks. Welcome to the modern age of dual-action asthma rescue. Air Supra should not be used as a maintenance treatment for asthma. Get medical help right away if your breathing doesn't improve or worsens, or for serious allergic reactions like rash, mouth or tongue swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing, or chest pain. Using Air Supra more than prescribed could be life-threatening. Serious side effects include increased risk of thrush or infections, or heart problems like faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. Ask your doctor about Air Supra, a dual-action rescue inhaler for asthma.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:51. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. We're learning some people who are planning to visit the U.S. may soon want to be cautious with their online presence. A new proposal from the Trump administration calls for travelers to provide their social media history from the past 5 years. This potential requirement would apply to those using the electronic system for travel authorization. It's also known as ESTA. It's an online application for a visa waiver program, which asks for information like your birth date as well as past criminal activities. The UK, Australia, Japan, and New Zealand are among the 42 countries that use that program. And as of now, providing social media data is considered optional, but this proposal would make it mandatory.
6:51 in your business headlines this morning. PepsiCo is making some changes. Company says it's focused on cutting costs and lowering prices for the consumer. PepsiCo also says it will reduce the amount of its individual products by 20%. It all comes shortly after the food and drink giant made a deal with Elliott Investment Management. Elliott, an activist firm, became one of PepsiCo's larger investors in September when it unveiled its $4 billion stake in the business. With the partnership, PepsiCo is forecasting its full-year organic revenue growth could rise up to 4% next year. And talking sports at 6:52, an update on former NFL quarterback Philip Rivers coming out of retirement. At 44 and now a grandfather, Rivers announced just yesterday that he is signed with the Indianapolis Colts and their practice squad, so he could suit up as soon as Sunday. Rivers retired in 2021 after 17 seasons in the NFL, finishing his career with Indianapolis. Rivers said he never expected to play again, but the opportunity just felt right. All right, as the clock turns to 6:53, we take a look at the top 5 local things you need to know this morning, and we are talking about some historic flooding, and it continues to impact communities across the state of Washington, from the east side to the west side. Officials say we are not in the clear. Videos, this one right here from the Yakima River, show high waters near the Granger Amphitheater and areas around the Wapato exit off of Interstate 82. More possible flooding in the coming days. Level 2 flood warnings in effect right now from Sela to South Natchez Road, and multiple roads already closed in Kittitas County. Governor Ferguson declaring a statewide emergency, also activating the National Guard to help impacted communities.
And Benton County Emergency Management is stepping up their preparations as heavy rainfall is sending more water towards the Yakima River. Forecasts show levels approaching what was seen during the 2009 flood, prompting the early planning and coordination between agencies. Officials say residents living in low-lying parts of Richland, West Richland, and Benton City should begin taking precautions now. So this includes moving livestock and valuables to higher ground. Also, officials are monitoring an upstream gauge in Parker, which will give a 24-hour notice before any major water reaches the Tri-Cities.
And in Kennewick, police say they have arrested a 15-year-old boy in connection to a deadly shooting that happened last week at a Kennewick apartment. Investigators, with the help from the FBI, tracked him down to a home in Union Gap, where they say they found guns and evidence tying that teen to the homicide here in Kennewick. During that same operation, officers also arrested 20-year-old Andres Medina Garcia. He's accused of that botched ATM theft at the Hubby's Pizza. Police say those thieves smashed a hole into the restaurant using a stolen Kia and then tried to get that ATM out. They couldn't. They left it behind. One person's already been arrested in connection to it. Now, Medina Garcia also linked to not only the break-in at Hubby's Pizza, but also a break-in at Summers Hub. Both cases still under investigation.
And in Kennewick, Washington State Patrol responded to a pickup truck that suddenly crossed over US 395 at Yelm Street and crashed into a WashDOT crew that was doing sidewalk maintenance. Investigators believe the elderly driver suffered a medical episode before the crash. 3 crew members were hurt, one's in critical condition. No other cars were involved, but the investigation is ongoing.
And Washington State Patrol say former Franklin County prosecutor Joseph Farholt was arrested after a driver reported he nearly sideswiped her on Interstate 182. Troopers say Farholt was straddling the center line and his front tire blew out as he took an exit ramp. They reported slurred speech, watery eyes, and that he was barefoot behind the wheel. A breath test showed 0 alcohol, but field sobriety tests indicated impairment. Farholt was arrested, agreeing to a blood draw, and also later resigning from his position.
Now, trending this morning, a poodle stolen during a morning walk in California earlier this week is now safely back home, and this comes after riding shotgun in a patrol car.
Take a look. Hey, buddy.
Oh.
San Mateo Police Department said a masked suspect snatched the pup and took off in a car.
Officers later stopped the car and arrested 33-year-old David Frankhauser of San Diego. He now faces a robbery charge.
Well, that puppy is so cute. I mean, I don't blame him.
You'd steal it too?
No.
Don't start stealing
No, I wouldn't
dogs.
steal it. But if it was just, running around without a collar, I'm grabbing it. Who wouldn't? So cute.
I know, but it wasn't running around without a collar. It was on a walk with its owner.
Yeah, it was actually stolen. That's a little wild.
That's scary.
I know.
But they got it back.
Puppies.
All safe. All is well in the puppy world.
Good.
But not.
Good.
But not in the weather world.
Yeah.
No,
we got
it's
a lot
wild.
I got a lot of wild stuff to talk about. Let's go ahead and take a look at First Alert Radar. Still seeing some rainfall in the Cascades. So what else is new? And the winds still, well, they're windy. Gusts up around 40 miles per hour in the Tri-Cities. These will start to calm down after 8 a.m., but still gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour is what we could expect. 50s and 60s already this morning for lower elevations. Big weather stories continuing to track the potential for moderate river flooding through early on Monday. We're thinking within the next handful of hours, that's when we could start to see the Yakima River spilling over its banks in Kiona, for Benton City, for Prosser, and for West Richland. Please, please, please sign up for these alerts if you live anywhere in the viewing area, specifically for our Washington counties. mil.wa.gov/alerts, #local, find your county, sign up, could save your life this morning.
And thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next. We're back tonight with your local news and weather.
Have a great day.